JBN, we keep you informed. More questions than answers in rogue cop shooting. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. Okay, so let me bring you up to date. One man was killed allegedly by the police at Chewin Park late Saturday night. A chase and shootout with an off-duty cop ensued, in which a policeman and a civilian were shot and killed. Today, the mobile reserve was disbanded and the well-respected SSP Terrence Bent put on leave so that an investigation can be done. Now, let me tell you a little bit about SSP Bent. SSP Bent, Terrence Bent, is a past student of Kingston College and the University of the West Indies and holds a master's in National Security and Strategic Studies. He has been a part of the JCF for over 30 years. He was placed in charge of Clarendon in 2003. Terrence Bent was shot in the upper right arm in October 2012 during a patrol in the community of Jonestown during the hurricane. He was promoted to SSP in 2011 by Police Commissioner at the time, Owen Ellington, while in charge of Kingston Western Division. Okay, so now that you're up to date, the plot thickens because, as you heard earlier, the mobile reserve has been disbanded. So Corporal Kirk Fraser, the policeman that presumably escaped from the hospital and has gone into hiding, says that he plans to surrender in the presence of his attorney, Valerie Nita Robertson, this week. Fraser is claiming innocence in relation to the multiple shootings and fatality incidents that unfolded in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, into the wee hours of Sunday morning, resulting in the deaths of 3 persons, including a cop. Early reports suggested that the violent series of events began with the murder of a civilian by 3 off-duty policemen, including Fraser, which sparked a high-speed chase and further shooting and death. But Fraser is contending that he was on a legitimate mission with his colleagues in pursuit of the actual killers of Sheldon Junior Biggs Daley at a dance at Chewin Park in Spanish Town late on Saturday night, when the series of unfortunate events unfolded. According to sources who are said to be close to the situation, who have painted a nightmarish scenario of blatant police corruption, mistaken identity and murder, which has now left one of their colleagues, Corporal Rowan Williams, dead, another cop injured and Fraser in hiding. It is my understanding that Fraser, Williams and Scott, the 3rd mobile reserve cop, were at a dance in Chewin Park. They pursued the real shooter. We understand that there are AK shell casings at the scene, who escaped in a grey Nissan Tida while they were pursuing their car. Persons in a white Honda Civic with a black bonnet began to fire on them in the vicinity of Featherbed Lane, a source said. The cops riddled the white Honda Civic with bullets, but the cops, who were traveling in a white Nissan AD wagon motor car, crashed into a silver AD wagon that was being driven by 32-year-old Kevron Bowell at the junction of Brunswick Avenue and Job Lane. Fraser regained consciousness and saw that William and Scott were unresponsive, so he got out of the car and stood a little to the side to watch proceedings. The motorist in the other car appeared to be unconscious as well. That is when Fraser saw a black Ford Focus being pulled up, and he saw an officer who he had seen at the dance earlier come over and shoot the innocent man Boyle in the head. And when someone in the car bawled out, the cop walked over to the policeman's car and shot Willie in the head, the source said. Oh yes. The motorist, Burrell, whose girlfriend was reportedly in his car at the time of the incident, was reportedly just at the wrong place at the wrong time, as he was simply coming from a wake. Of the source's perspective thereafter, it was said that Fraser then jumped into a passing police vehicle and asked them to carry him to the hospital. But then when he realized that one of the cops in the police car was stationed in Spanish Town, he bailed out once the vehicle slowed down and has gone into hiding. The first version we all received was that at a dance in Chewin Park on Saturday night into Sunday morning, Sheldon Junior Biggs Daley, an alleged underworld figure in Spanish Town, was shot and killed. An off-duty policeman reportedly challenged the armed men who shot Daley, with the shooter fleeing the scene in a white Nissan AD wagon motor car. That vehicle crashed into a silver AD wagon at the Brunswick Avenue Job Lane junction following a shootout, at the end of which a cop was killed, the driver of the silver AD wagon was killed, and 3 other civilians were in the silver Nissan AD wagon were seriously injured. It has since been ascertained that the 3 men in the white Nissan AD wagon were all off-duty police officers from the mobile reserve. However, the sources believe that there are clear holes in that overall narrative. No one knows what really transpired, so as Indicom using the phrase rogue cops to describe our colleagues, when the men were maybe acting in the lawful execution of their duties as policemen. The cops were not on interdiction. They were off frontline duty, but they were not suspended as the media has been suggesting. There's a lot of misinformation floating around, a source said. The sources also questioned the possible motives of investigators from the police oversight body, the Inspectorate of Constabulary IOC, which is conducting an inquiry into what is now a mushrooming public relations nightmare for the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF. And so the sources are asking these questions. Where is the gun that shot Junior Biggs? Was a gun found in the car with the innocent motorist who was killed? Who planted that gun? Where's the Honda Civic with the black bonnet which pursued the cops and who drove this car? If the black Ford Focus had been in hot pursuit, why was it not shot up as well? And who killed the innocent motorist who was unconscious at the time? Was it the same gun that killed Willie, who was also unconscious at the time? Who was this off-duty cop? And why is he aligning himself with Daley, an alleged Don? And why was this cop taken off an operational support team if he's a so-called hero cop? How could he alone take on 3 highly trained cops and emerge the winner? On the other side of the coin, Indicom has notably said 1 police officer is currently in custody, and it has been confirmed that the white Nissan AD wagon is a police service vehicle that has been assigned to the mobile reserve. Several items were reportedly found in the police car, including 2 sets of registration plates with a 3rd set attached to the front and rear of the car. Also found were a police vehicle logbook for 1 set of the plates that were found inside the car, a detachable police blue emergency light, and 5 firearms, of which 3 have been identified as police service Glock pistols. Indicom has also confirmed that the 2 surviving police officers from the white Nissan AD wagon were on bail on separate murder charges, which are before the Home Circuit Court in Kingston. I wonder how far this rabbit hole is going to go. Remember, if you want to follow what is going on, stay tuned to JBN. We keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.